Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, July 12, 2024. Jamaica has welcomed 55,000 visitors to the island a week after Hurricane Beryl. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett attributes this to the island's ability to recover quickly in times of disruptions. He points out that while the country had no tourist arrivals on July 2nd and 3rd, things started changing on the 4th.
That's what resilience is about, because we're able to say to the world, you can come to Jamaica. I said that. And people say, oh my God, what is wrong with you? I said, of course we can come. 80% of our assets are intact and we are ready for you, so come. And they came. And they came because they had confidence in the promise that we make because of the integrity of that promise.
While lauding the efforts of his ministry, he says it's the understanding of the importance of building capacity to respond to major disruptions that has put us in a position to lead on the world stage.
So we don't talk about disruptions in a negative way. We talk about disruptions as one of the realities that we face in the tourism world, because we are highly vulnerable to disruptions. But we are hugely resilient because we bounce back faster than any other industry in the world. And that is why today, more than 150 countries have embraced tourism as an important way of driving economic activity in their space.
The minister adds that the 7th Global Resilience Crisis Center, an idea pioneered by his ministry, will commence building next week in Brazil. Still on tourism, the ministry's annual trade show, which wrapped up today, has had its biggest staging yet. Christmas in July, previously staged at the Jamaica Pegasus, moved to the National Arena this year, hosting 205 manufacturers from a cohort of 422 applicants. 106 of this year's manufacturers are newcomers. Tashika Clark of the Tourism Linkages Network says it's a move to revitalize the show and help newcomers build their brands.
The appetite for buyers is always large and they're always ready to see new stuff. So we encourage persons who are creating to always come on board with us, because we have a platform, we have space for you in tourism where we can always showcase your items.
Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett is expecting the trade show to best last year's $25 million in business contracted. He says every year the event improves by the number of participants or the level of business done.
But while we are doing that, we're also expanding the growth of tourism, which means the demand for more of these goods and services too from our small and medium enterprises is expanding, and we have to respond to it. And the 3-point strategy that I stated in my speech is now taking on a new life of training and developing our artisans and so on, so that their creativity will absolutely know no bounds.
With service to 65% of NWC customers restored, the government is now working to truck water to areas still in need and source generators for pumping stations. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the country's water systems were not developed to have an independent power supply, but in the process of building resilience, strategic decisions will be made for long-term endurance. This is to ensure the country can withstand and recover from other shocks like Hurricane Beryl that may come in the future.
So we have given a directive to the Minister without portfolio who looks about water, the Honorable Matthew Samuda, to develop a plan for us to get backup independent power supply for critical pumping stations across the island. So in the event of a loss of power, at least we would have the endurance of the system in our critical areas for our hospitals, for our schools, our police station, critical industries like the tourism industry, the BPO industry, that these industries must run and continue to run. They operate on a zero-fail proposition.
The Prime Minister says this provides the opportunity to build further resilience into the National Water Commission and give investors the assurance that the country has the backup system that will endure. The Administrator General's Department, AGD, is set to launch a national public education campaign on estate management this year. The announcement came on Wednesday during a meeting at the Ministry of Justice, where the AGD's strategic plan was finalized and presented to Minister Delroy Chuck. The minister expressed his full support for the initiative, emphasizing the importance of all Jamaican adults being informed about the AGD's services, particularly the process of making a will. Chief Executive Officer and Administrator General Stacey Ann Carty says the campaign aims to bridge the knowledge gap among Jamaicans about the work of the AGD. And finally, applications are now open for the Dr. Barry Wint Memorial Scholarship for persons pursuing studies in public health. The $2.5 billion pool of funding is being financed by the government, providing up to $1 million per recipient for up to 5 years. Applications can be done online at moh.gov.jm/scholarship and closes on July 31, 2024. The scholarship covers a wide area of studies and is open to graduates and postgraduate students, as well as those who are currently studying. Among the subject areas are medical technology, human resources for health, medical social work, epidemiology, medical physics, and health records management. The scholarship was first announced by Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, during his sectoral presentation in Parliament in May.
We can't be buying diagnostic equipment, digitizing, and have no one to operate them. We can't not have people who can do the analytics. In other words, take the data and analyze it, health economics, in order to tailor our response to the population. And so this scholarship is intended to solve that problem.
Recipients of the scholarship will be bonded to work in the public health system for a period of time. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.